Good morning, Flosstube. It is Friday the 7th of October 2022 and you are very welcome here to my channel all about cross stitch and sometimes some other needle crafts at Sew Me Sarah. I'm Sarah and I hope that you enjoy your time with me today. Thank you to my returning viewers. You know that I really appreciate you and your engagement with this community and you make this channel what it is, so thank you so much for that. And thank you also to the folks who have subscribed recently, who are new subscribers and who are giving this channel a chance. So I hope that you enjoy seeing my stitching and hearing my ramblings and just enjoy spending a little bit of time here. Hopefully you are stitching along as you listen and watch what I have to share. Today I don't have lots of news for you. It's really just busy and just keeps being busy here. I have actually resigned from one of my 3 jobs. I have 3 small part-time jobs, but together they're just becoming a little bit too much for me to manage. And sadly, I've had to make a decision to give one of them up, and it is my little job at the school where I work in the school kitchen helping to serve lunch and tidy up from that. So just for practical reasons and to allow the other work to happen, I have handed in my resignation there. I still have a few weeks to work out. By Halloween I should be finished there. I will miss the people there. I will really miss my colleagues. I've had lovely folks to work with who've been very welcoming in the last year and a bit that I've been working with them. And I will miss them whenever it's time to go. But it is time to try to redress a little bit of balance in life here, and that's one of the steps that I'm taking to do that. I'm not suggesting that it's not going to be busy afterwards, because it will be, but just hopefully a little bit less insane. Anyway, that is about it for my personal news and updates. Stitchy news, I have some happy mail that I can share with you. I enjoy having happy mail. It's a real privilege to receive things from you folks out there, from new friends that I have met via Flosstube. And it is a privilege to receive things because, you know, it takes your time and effort and energy and expense to send things my way, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you very much in advance, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So I opened this lovely card. It is one of the Hands Across the Seas cards, and this card was sent to me by Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. So Sarah very kindly had been watching, and she always comments and she's so faithful. And Sarah made me this tag, beautiful paper crafted tag for my Things Unseen sampler. So I hope you can see that, and excuse my dishwashing nails. But the best and most beautiful things cannot be seen or even touched. They have to be felt with the heart. And that's the Helen Keller quote that is on the Things Unseen sampler that I'm stitching. Sarah, this was such a thoughtful gift, and I'm really, really touched, and I'm delighted that I will be able to add this onto the back of my sampler. My work doesn't generally have things attached to the back, but this will, with pride and pleasure, be attached to the back of Things Unseen when it is finished. Thank you so much for taking the time to make this very thoughtful gift and send it my direction. Thank you, Sarah. I also was delighted to receive another package in the post, another lovely envelope with a package inside of several charts. Sorry for the glare, but you can see that in there are a number of charts. I'm not going to take them all out today, but those are for stitching or sharing, so a lot of those will come your way in time. So the donor wished to remain anonymous, but thank you, you know who you are, and I really appreciate that. I will be sharing those here on the channel in due course. And then a box arrived all the way from Colorado. Sorry, Betsy. Betsy does imitations of her friends and their accents, and particularly an Australian accent. So I had a very bad go at Colorado there, and we're not going to repeat that embarrassment. Anyway, Betsy sent a beautiful gift to Charlotte and I, and when I opened the box, it was just so exciting to see what was inside. So first of all, we had, of course, the card from Hammy, because you know we're on first name terms, my Hammy and me. So this is Hamilton, Betsy's beautiful tuxedo cat, and a lovely little note from Betsy. Thank you, sweetheart. And inside there was a gift for Charlotte, and I'm relieved, frankly, that he's still got his tail and his ears, because he gets a lot of active play, but Miss Charlotte loves him. Thank you very much, Betsy, for her sock monkey. It's really, really well made, Betsy. You did well. Whoever made this for you did a great job, because that tail is still well attached and it gets swung round. Anyway, she's enjoying him, which is the main thing. And she was thrilled to open him up, and she was very excited. And I was no less excited when I opened up the parcel, and inside was Francis. Look at that. Betsy. It's amazing. Amazing. I can't believe that you did this and that you sent it to me. Thank you so much. I would not be able to do this. This is very hard. I'm sure Betsy can attest to having to stitch that and turn it through and stuff it. But it is exquisite. Thank you so much, Betsy. I love Frances, and I am going to display her very proudly from my friend Betsy in my home. Thank you, Betsy. And as if that wasn't enough, there was another package, all these lovely tissue paper packages, and inside was one of Betsy's project bags. And I'm thrilled with this cute little bag. I'm really thrilled because I love Laurie Holt. I love the Laurie Holt fabrics, and here in the UK I was not able to find this project bag panel fabric that Laurie did. So it's okay, no, I don't need to, because Betsy made me my own little bag, and it has a lovely charm on it and everything. Betsy, mwah, thank you so much. Thank you for your thoughtfulness, your time, effort, expense, all of that. Just thank you so much. It was so appreciated and so much fun to open the parcel, and I have a project in the wings waiting to pop in here as soon as I'm allowed to, because you know you're not allowed to use anything until you've shown it on Flosstube. So after this video I will be popping a project into this little bag and making good use of it. Thank you so much. So thank you to Sarah, to my anonymous donor, and to Betsy for the happy mail this last couple of weeks. It is always fun to receive little surprises in the post, and we really do appreciate them here at Sumi's Era. Now, tomorrow is a really special day for someone in our Flosstube community. Tomorrow is a birthday celebration for Nancy of the Bougie Stitchers. So Nancy, this is for you.
Wow. Happy birthday, Nancy!
Brilliant! Happy birthday, Nancy! So very many happy returns, Nancy. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend of celebrations ahead, or maybe just past if you haven't caught my video just before your birthday. Happy birthday, sweetie. Okay, on to the winners of the last video's giveaway share. I had 2 copies, courtesy of a viewer, of Corgi Caboodle to gift to you. And I chose winners via the YouTube random comment picker. The magic word was Corgi, and the 2 winners who will receive this pattern are Melanie Mackenzie from Canada and Stacy Maris from Mississippi. So both charts are going to head back across the Atlantic, and I will get them in the post to you hopefully sometime next week. And I hope that you enjoy stitching them. So if you could get in touch with me, either use the email address in the drop down box below, or you can find me on Instagram at SewMeSarah and drop me a private message there with your mailing address and I will get these out to you. So congratulations Melanie and Stacey, thank you for supporting the channel because I know that you comment before regularly and faithfully, and I really appreciate that. So I'm glad these are heading your direction. I hope you enjoy them. Okay, so on to some stitching. It's been a funny couple of weeks. It's actually a bit more than a couple of weeks. I would have liked to have been back with you sooner, but just it's busy here. I haven't stitched as much as I had hoped or planned, but I have been busy framing, so lacing. My stitching takes me some time and I have been busy trying to fully finish a few objects as I need them for gifts, and just to be ahead of the game in some areas, and also just picking up on pieces that have been finished for a while but I left them languishing. So I have been shopping for frames and ordering a few bespoke sized frames online, which is a first for me, so I'll tell you about that in a moment, and trying to get a few finishes fully finished. So first up is the Fractor Love sampler. Oops, sorry for the glare this morning, hopefully that's not too bad. This is an 8 by 8 inch frame from the range, and I thought it worked nicely. In all honesty, I think this particular fabric and design would maybe look better with a dark frame, but because I'm putting it in the bedroom, the dark frame wouldn't work so well there. So this works much nicer where it's going to be positioned. It is 8 by 8, which as you can see leaves quite a lot of fabric showing as border. So if you'd like it a little bit tighter, it would have been better to have had a 7 by 7 frame for this to have it tight, but because I had this wonderful fabric, this funfair fabric, and I thought giving it a little bit more of a border would allow the fabric a little bit more of a starring role again. So I just went with the 8 by 8 and I'm very happy with how it has turned out. So as I said, perhaps a darker frame, maybe a black frame would have been better, but this works for what I was wanting. So I'm really delighted to have this finished, and you know that I love this project. I love the fact that we all shared in it and we sort of walked through this project this year, so that was lots of fun, and it's nice to have it fully finished and now I will be able to put it up in our bedroom. So that was my first framed piece. And then I had stitched No Act of Kindness by Emma Congdon from her book Cross Stitch for the Soul, and I found this frame in the range as well and I thought it was perfect. I'm so happy with this one, so happy that I could keep it but I will give it away. It is for a birthday and later on in the year, and I will give it to my friend. And I think this frame is a nice choice for her home, I hope anyway, and I think it works really well. There is a mat inside this frame. It came with a mat, which I really like. In the book where the design is, all of the designs I think are pretty much framed with mats as well. So, so I could tell already that I liked that look for this piece, and this worked well. I think this is an 8 by 12 aperture in the frame, and a 10 by 12 inner frame. So it's a really nice size, and I think that pale grey grain look on the frame works very nicely with all the colours that are in this piece. My next piece, I didn't think I would be able to get a pre-made frame for this one, but I did. And I got this at the range also. Sorry for the ring light, and there'll be a lot more glare on this piece. But this is the Gentle Rain Sorry, let me see. Apologies for the glare, I did keep glass in these pieces. This is the Gentle Rain by the Blue Flower. I stitched this as a stitch along with Joanita from Stitchy Things here on Flosstube. We both really enjoyed stitching along together and have plans to stitch along next year, so we'll tell you about that a little bit later on. So it was really lovely to stitch along with Joanita and just have a little bit of company while you are stitching. It's a little bit of motivation. I think she was always ahead of me, but I'm now framed and fully finished, and I hope to be able to put this on a wall maybe this weekend at some stage. So I really am sorry that I can't show it to you without all that glare, but it looks really well. And I was really pleased to be able to find a frame already for it. I think it's 11 by 14, 14 by 16. I'm not very good remembering sizes of things, so don't take my word for it. But I'm delighted to have this one framed and ready to hang. And the last piece that I fully finished and framed is My Necessity. And here it is. This is My Necessity by Heartstring Samplery. It's a band sampler. It says, "You're the cream in my coffee, you're the lace in my shoe, my necessity, I'd be lost without you." This is my gift for my hubby for our wedding anniversary next month. It's our 25th wedding anniversary next month. And I stitched this for him and framed it for him. Put the dark frame on it because it'll hang upstairs in his study where he has other dark framed things. I think it also just suits the design. This frame I had to have customs made to size, and I have never done that before online, but I did take recommendations, and I'd heard, I think it was Michelle at Mama Loves You GB had mentioned a few different framers that she orders from online, and I tried a couple. I found this one, Picture Frames Express. I liked their prices, and I thought I would give it a go, and I ordered 3 or 4 different frames. So the other ones I haven't used yet, but I do have plans. I just need to get some mat board so that I can lace my stitching on, and then I'll have those to show you as well. But this is the only one from that order that I have actually used so far. I'm really pleased with the frames themselves. They look lovely. I'm hoping the sizes of the other ones will be correct, and that's probably down to me and how you size them. It's not hard. You input the size of your picture basically. So I added on the margins that I wanted 1/4 inch around and gave them that measurement, and this is pretty good. Any wonkiness you see is down to me and my amateur framing abilities, lacing abilities, but I think this is good enough. I'm happy with this finish. I did find that the postage for that company was very high. It was £23 or something like that. But it was coming to Northern Ireland from England, and I know that there are some issues with Brexit and blah blah blah. Let's not go into all of that. So some companies are having to charge a lot more to post to here. So perhaps if you're in England or Scotland, if you're on the mainland UK, it may not cost you just quite so much. But even with the postage, the pricing wasn't, it wasn't extortionate. It was still pretty good, and definitely a more affordable way to frame than having them left in and done professionally. So anyway, this is My Necessity, and I am really pleased with it. I hope you can see it well enough, and I hope you don't see that it's too wonky. It's not too bad, really. So I'm really pleased that I managed to get all of those finished and framed, fully finished and framed. It did mean that I was spending the time doing that and not so much stitching this month, but I did take some time to make a few little pumpkins. Let me just show you if I can. Can you see my fabric pumpkins? and there's one more back here on this display, a teeny tiny one. Now I made these from Celeste Creates. Here on Flosstube, Celeste Creates has a pumpkin tutorial, and I made them using her tutorial. I didn't use her sizes simply because I just used what orange scraps I had, and mine were all quite a bit smaller than her sizes, or most of them were smaller, but I just used what I had, and I wanted to try to end up with 3 different shape sizes of pumpkins, and I did. So I think they probably could have been stuffed a little bit more. So it's always when you're stuffing something, you should probably stuff it, and then when you think it's done, stuff it more. But anyway, they're absolutely fine. They're just for a little bit of autumn decor. And I went to the forest park with Charlotte and Alan, and I picked some twigs and shoved them in the top and glued them in. So that is the pumpkins. So I was pleased with those. I have another fully finished, well, sorry, it's not fully finished. I have a finished stitch, and this was not something that was on my plans, but a couple of weeks back I decided that I would like to stitch some Christmas gifts, and I chose to stitch a stocking. So this is from Lizzie Kate's Flora Mix Samples Stockings series. These seem to have been published over a number of years. So this one is 2014, and I hope you can see if I hold it up closer. Silent Night, Unto You, and another one with just some Christmas motifs. So I decided I would stitch this up and make some mini stockings for gifts. I really love how this worked. I stitched on 32 count flax by Swigart, flax linen by Swigart. It's bigger than I expected it to be, and it's not as big as, yeah, the pattern recommended a 30 count, so it would have been even slightly bigger, but anyway, it's probably about 5 inches by 4 across at the widest part. But I think it's really cute and lovely, and I'm looking forward to stitching a few more. So these are my grand plans. I really hope I can pull it off to have a few of these to gift this Christmas time. I have a couple of other patterns in this series. So I've got 2015 stockings, and I have the 2017. 2017 just has 1 stocking and 2 little pillows. So I might do the pillows for myself if I get some time. And I will choose a few of the stockings to do as gifts. So, and those were available from 123 Stitch. I got them a few months ago. So if you are looking for those, that's where you'll find them. And this is the, so I've got all my pieces cut. This is the project that's going to go into Betsy's bag, because they're all nice little small ornament size pieces. I then stitched on a couple of whips. I stitched on Alice in Wonderland. This is another stitch along that I'm doing with Kathleen from Kathleen Australian Trails. This is Alice in Wonderland by Oil Forest Embroidery. Very detailed. It was a stitch along a couple of years ago, released in parts, I think over more than a year. And I am stitching this with the sulky threads, if you recall. I apologise that it's not ironed today. It's terribly wrinkly, but it was either show you it wrinkled or not show you at all. So, since I last showed it to you, I have completed the playing cards. I think I had some of their hearts in, but I didn't have them finished. And then these motifs and the rose urns. Also these rose urns on the edges up here. And then all this across the top. This is the table for the Mad Hatter's tea party with the sleepy dormouse. This is a beautiful stitch. I really enjoy the detail in it. and enjoy making progress on it whenever I get a chance. So happy with that. And then I worked another little bit on my Dimensions kit, the Oh Holy Night Advent calendar. And I'm working on this area here at the top now. And I did get quite a lot of stitching in, but it probably doesn't look that way. So I think I had the purple robe of that little king in, but I did his head and his feet and his crown. There's going to be a lamb next to him. This is a red bow around its neck. And then I filled in all this straw from the manger, from the stable. So it's quite a lot of stitching, a lot of counting, but it is coming together. And you can see it starting to take shape, even though the back stitch isn't in place yet. It will be, the back stitch will make for much better definition when it's time to put that in. So yeah, it's all progress and I'm happy with progress. So that is all of my stitching that I have to share today. It's not as much as I would have liked. Plans have gone awry. All my best laid plans in my planner journal. Yes, this is one of those months where they don't bear much resemblance to what was actually planned. What I actually stitched doesn't bear much resemblance to what was actually planned. But that's okay, because everything is another little bit of progress and it's a hobby. I always say that. It is a hobby that I love very much and love to get to. So sometimes it's frustrating that you don't get as much time as you would like at the things you enjoy, but that's life really. So here's hoping to a little bit more settled stitching time over the next few weeks. There will be no opportunity really to claw back the plans that I have missed, but that's okay. And I did introduce stockings, the gift stockings that I want to make. So we'll see how that goes. Just see where the stitching winds take me. Hopefully they'll be kind and they'll be fair, and I will have progress to show you again in another few weeks. Before I go, I would like to have another share away. I'm going to use the word share away because I'm giving them away to you, but they were shared with me to share with you. So today I have 4 different packages to send. So you have 4 opportunities to win. You can enter for all of them if you like. Please just use the code word B18 so that I can legally ask for your name and address. And please don't use words in the comments like winnings, giveaway, any of those trigger words that will alert non-stitchers to the fact that there are freebies available. We want these to go to someone in our stitching community and someone who will truly enjoy them and isn't just out there to make some money off of freebies that are available. So as I said, I have 4 different giveaways, shares this video. So first is Frances 1863. So this was shared with me and I was going to stitch it, but as you can see, I don't need to stitch it anymore because Betsy sent me Frances, all of my own. So I'm going to share the pattern with you. So if you would like to stitch Frances, please use the word rabbit in your comment. Next is a small Halloween bundle. So I have 2 Halloween patterns and they're both wonderful if you like Halloween. They're both really good patterns. So they are the Cricket Collection, Playing with Jacks. Look at those pumpkins, aren't they fab? And Teresa Kogut's Snarky Cat. So I know this one is very popular among the Halloween stitchers. So if you would like both of these, please use the word pumpkin in your comment. And then, because lots of us are planning our Christmas stitching, and by the time I get this out to you, we will be well into Christmas stitching season, I'm going to share these gorgeous Satsuma Street patterns with you. So I really love these. These are Deck the Halls and Christmas Baubles. And obviously they make a beautiful set together. You could change the colours of these if these aren't your Christmas colours, although I think these are fabulous. I really do love these. I love the style, I love the modern folk style of them. I'm very tempted to keep them and stitch them myself, except I have so much to stitch that I'll never get round to them. So some of you might be able to stitch them sooner than me and would enjoy them. So if you would like both of these patterns, please use the word Christmas in your comment. And my final share today is a kit from Ursula Michael. This was again kindly given to me by a viewer, and it has everything in the kit. It has fabric and floss and needle, and it is called My Craft Room. I hope you can see that without too much glare. So it says, My Craft Room, don't touch a thing. So many crafts, so little time. How true is that? So, if you would like this kit, please use the word craft. I am happy to post any of these shares to anywhere, so international viewers are more than welcome to enter. It's not just for UK viewers. Please just use the appropriate word for the share you would like to be entered for, and I will draw before my next video, which will be 2 or 3 weeks time. I will draw from a random comment picker. Random comment picker for each of the giveaway code words. So I hope that you enjoy those. I hope you will want to share some of these. And I want to say a huge thank you to those viewers who have donated all of these to you and to me over the last number of months, and I'm very happy to be passing them along to folks who really want to stitch them. I hope that October is being kind to you wherever you are, whether it is autumn or whether it is spring. I hope you're finding time to stitch all of the things that you love to stitch, and I look forward to joining you again in a couple of weeks, I hope. In the meantime, stay well and stitch happy.